Hi, awesome humans. I totally did not forget about this at all. So, welcome to my launch workshop for the Book of Runic Astrology. Definitely know what book I've written. So, last week I was prawned. This week I'm not so prawned, just forgetful. So, the the Book of Runic Astrology. I'm really proud of this. That's a bit bright. How do I turn that down? Oh no, it's a different color. Better? No, mood lighting. So the book of Runic Astrology. I am super proud of this book because this book is one that draws on some really cool stuff, some really cool and powerful energies that flow throughout our cosmos. And our cosmos is one that is governed and influenced by all kinds of different energies, magics, and vibrations that come from the stars, the universe itself. We've known about this stuff for a long time because humans have always looked to the stars for direction. We've looked to the stars for guidance. We've looked to the stars for deity, for magic, for learning. And because of how we're wired, we've got this like neurological system that flows throughout our body that picks up all kinds of weird and wonderful energies around us. And this is what the Book of Runic Astrology draws on, our ability as humans to pick up the vibrations of the unseen, the unfelt, the unmeasurable that we can feel within our own selves. And that's not saying that this stuff doesn't exist. We just don't know how to measure it and look at it properly yet. Same as microbes didn't exist until science discovered that they can look at them through like magnifying glasses and probably big magnifying glass microscope. So this is what runic astrology does. Runic astrology helps us look at the energies within our world that the energies within our world that we can tap into to see what's going on because of the way the universe works. We are influenced by similar energies at very predictable times. We know when the moon is going to be full and when the moon is going to be dark. This is a dark moon now, which is a really good idea for me to choose to do this right now on a dark moon. We know when Mars is going to be in retrograde. We know when the sun is going to have an eclipse because we've mapped this stuff out, we've charted it, we've done all the maths and science of it, which is great. And runic astrology sits on top, this is science and maths and stuff of that, to help us add another flavor, another texture of this magic to it. So I love Nordic myth and story. I love the Nordic gods and how their tales and their energies interact with us. And I love the runes. I've written 2 books on the runes, so I love them. They're great. And the runes are a great medium to tell the story of how we approach the world. Within normal astrology, we have 12 signs. We have 12 signs of the zodiac. In runic astrology, we have 24, which is kind of a clever way of making it all fit. So in runic astrology, each rune is 15 degrees. In normal astrology, classical astrology, each sign is 30 degrees, and they map on top of each other. So Feyu and Uraz are Cancer. Early Cancer is Feyu, late Cancer is Uraz. I'm a Libra, and I am a late Libra. I'm a Wunyo. My wife is an early Scorpio, so she is Hagalas. And as I'm doing this right now, we are in Nuthi's energy, which is late Scorpio energy. And the moon, if I remember rightly, is in North is right now too. So we've got some really big, like, need driving vibes going on in our energy. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a bit stormy outside, and a bin just blew over in very dramatic fashion in a British storm. the energies that we have in our world are energies that come from the cosmos, come from the universe, and we interpret them through the lens of our experience. And what's even more interesting about that is that we know what it feels like when the sun is in Scorpio. We know what it feels like when the moon is in Scorpio. We know what it feels like when all these different energies are flowing through signs of the zodiac. And what's really cool about runes is that we know what the energies fit for them. So we know that Feu is abundance and Uruz is strength. We know that Hagalaz is change, drastic change and rebuilding. And we know that Nuthis is the need, the drive to do the thing. These energies are really fun ones to play with because you get to spin them in the ways that work for you as well. What does need mean for you? What does harvest mean for you? What does change and transition mean for you? What does strength mean for you? It's not just the very basic, straightforward ways of looking at it, because we've evolved quite a long way as humans since the runes were written down, and we've got very detailed complexity into how we view concepts. Do we think of strength as in biceps? Do we think of strength in emotional fortitude or resilience? Resilience has been used a lot over the last few years. So we get to build our runic understanding of the cosmos, of astrology, through our understanding of the runes. So we're lens within lens within lens. We're focusing down from this like pinprick of the light in the sky down to the energy that's happening to us right now. Like, how does runic astrology actually work? Well, astrology and most human experience works because we respond as humans to the environment we find ourselves in. We are expert adapters. We've had all of those TV shows where people are docked in the middle of a desert or in the jungle, or, you know what I mean? All these weird and wonderful places where people adapt and overcome. Humans thrive in really weird places. Humans thrive in the far north of the world where it's frozen like 99% of the time, or 100% of the time it's supposed to be. Humans thrive in the sub-Saharan Africa, in the Sahara, where it's dry and hot. Humans thrive in almost 100 degrees, 100% humidity, in the middle of jungles where everything's trying to eat you. Humans thrive in massive cities. Humans thrive in very rural situations because we adapt really well. And this is how we use astrology, runic astrology, to see how we adapt, because those energies impact ourselves the same way the energies of being in a jungle or the energies being in a desert affect us. These energies affect ourselves and help us adapt to the energy that we're in through the cosmos at this time. So we're in a dark moon right now, as an example. So that is a very deep introverted way of looking at the universe, because it's dark, there's nothing to see, there's no illumination apart from this funny thing that's shining my eyes, but I can't get what to do with it. But we're in a dark moon in Scorpio, we're in a dark moon in Northis. This dark moon is driving us like a scalpel, or probably a blunt scalpel because it's Northis, to find what we desperately need in ourselves, going inwards to look at ourselves, because there's dark, there's no illumination, so we've got to go to where the light is, and that's within us. And we've got to find the need and that focus that way. So this is how we use the runic astrology to find out the energies of what's going on from us. We build a story. It's not a simple yes or no. It's a story-driven narrative that helps us find out what energies are affecting us and how they affect us. So it's all very well knowing that, oh yes, the sun's in Scorpio because it is today. What does that mean? How does that make you feel? It's Northis. Suna, the goddess of the path of illumination, is driving us down the road with an energy of need, of doing that thing and only that thing, because that's the only thing that matters. What's the only thing that matters to you right now in this dark moon? And where are you getting distracted? Where are you not focused? Because you've probably spent today doing the thing that matters to you most, whether you like it or not, or you may be feeling all uncomfortable because that energy hasn't been around for you. See what I mean? So this is how we build our runic astrology playbook. We build it by applying the maths of classical astrology, because that's all there, easy to get at, with the story and myth of runic astrology. All of the numbers that you need to find anything about astrology is in this book. All of the ways of adapting and making it work for you is there. I've given you my interpretations of what a suna, a sun rune, in every one of the runes means. And the moon rune, the Mani rune, Mani, the god of the moon, who gets bored and wanders off and stops and stares, and then gets bitten out of him by the wolf. And Yod, the Yod rune, Yod is the goddess of earth. Yod means earth. And her rune, your rising sign, and how that means for you. And this is your practical purpose and how that drives you. And there's a secret, excellent, special rune as well. This is one that doesn't appear. It's gone from its bands away. There's a rune that doesn't appear in classical astrology, and this is the rune of the Nornir. In classics, in Greek and Roman classics, they'd probably be known as the oracles of Delphi. These Nornir, these three goddesses, spin the world from the very raw stuff of the cosmos into creation. Everyone is spun on their loom and become a thread on the tapestry of the weird. And these Nornir, when we're born, bless us with an energy, with a rune vibe that is a luck rune. And this is the really fun thing, because being able to know how you're lucky is one that really helps us plan how we're going to be lucky, because we've got different energies around how we work and how we move forward in here. I'm a Ewaz, the rune of companionship, trust, Nornir rune, which implies that I will always be lucky when I'm working with people who I trust, with people who I have a mutual understanding with. As soon as that trust is broken, I'm not so lucky and things go haywire. And that's actually true with how my life has panned out. When I'm in a team, when I'm working with people I trust and they trust me and I can trust them, then we work really well. As soon as that trust is broken, mic drop, I'm out. I'm done with you, because I can't be doing that. My energy gets displaced quite quickly. And so this is where the Nornir rune is really fun, because you get to see how that energy manifests itself in your life, and then you can use it and learn to put yourself in situations where that energy comes into it. So I make sure that I'm working with people that I trust, and as soon as I start to lose trust, or my trust is taken advantage of, then I start to get bored and wander off. I move away from that situation. I don't go there anymore. So that's a really cool way of looking at the universe through astrology. Look, that's the back of the book. Here, so I invite you to get your book. I'm sure you've definitely got it to hand completely, and flick through. If I can find the right page. I should have really bookmarked this first. That would have been really organized of me. To page 40. It's a bit harder to find with an ebook or an audio book, but it's there, page 40. On page 40, it gives you a list of all the dates of your Suna rune. Your Suna rune is your sun sign in traditional astrology, and it's your path to the shining path of life, your way to find your victory. And just find the date you're born on. The dates run midday to midday. So if you're born on the afternoon of the 21st of June, you're Fei. If you're born on the morning of the 21st of June, you're Daygas. It kind of maps to where you are in the world as well. So it's a quite a rough and ready way of doing things. You can be super anal if you want and do like exact times of the sun broke the horizon and stuff, and then you get a little bit more accurate, which is quite fun, but you don't need to. Fun. And on the page 41, there's the degrees of each rune as well, so you can work out what your my brain's gone numb. What your Mani rune, your Yod rune, your Nornia rune, as well as well, Nornia rune's a bit different. I'll go back over that in a minute. As well as places like what is your Mercury or Odin rune, because the gods are all different in Northern Pantheon as well. Jupiter's not Jupiter. Jupiter is Thor because he's big and strong and Chris Hemsworthy. Odin is the god of magic and communication because that's what he does. Freya is Venus, the goddess of beauty, death, and magic. But Uranus is Ud, the Norn who spins the world into creation. Neptune is Njord, the god of the sea and fishing, because he brings up all of the hidden from the depths. And Miramir is Pluto, the god of wisdom, who sits disembodied as the head bobbing in the water. What have I forgotten? Loki, Saturn, the god of structure, and only structure that works. But as soon as it doesn't work, he wants to set fire to it and walk away. Because Loki may be painted as a trickster, he just doesn't like systems that don't work, which is what he'll do. He'll always challenge systems. And this is how this manifests within the runic astrology, seeing how these stories of these gods and goddesses apply to the energies that you find in your world. So there's a little workshop to bring you into this. Thank you so much for watching. Great day. Big love.